Hi, my name is Brad Bertelli. I'm the curator here at the Keys History and Discovery Center. I am a local historian and the one responsible for all of the information inside the building that we're about to show you. I arrived in the Florida Keys in 2001 after earning my Master's in Fine Arts and Creative Writing at the University of Miami. I came down here looking to write my great Florida novel, but roads tend to fork and I got interested in the local history. I began working with Jerry Wilkinson, another noted local historian, and he began to mentor me. And as I became more interested in the local history, this opportunity this museum opened up, and I kind of stepped in as a curator and the local historian. I know Key West has a myriad of museums, but the Upper Keys didn't have a resource for our community and our visitors. And there is such a breadth of information, history, and local color in the Upper Keys that this facility is the perfect example and a great hidden gem in the Upper Keys, and a great place for people to learn about our local history and our local culture. So let's go inside and I'll show you around. All right, let's go inside and I'll introduce you to the Keys History and Discovery Center. Follow me. We're here at the front desk of the Keys History and Discovery Center. We are a 501c3 not-for-profit. We rely solely on the generous contributions of our community and our visitors. Special shout out to Ken Meeks for being our first $1 million donor. We love Ken Meeks. Thank you so much for allowing us to keep doing our fabulous work here. We are open from Wednesday to Sunday from 10 to 5. We have 2 floors of exhibit space. On the first floor, we have all our permanent exhibits, which tell stories about the first people, the 1733 treasure fleets, pirates and wreckers, Indian Key, fishing legends of the Florida Keys, Henry Flagler, the 1935 hurricane, and so much more. There's so much information here. We also have a second floor where we have our rotating exhibits. We also have a 35-seat movie theater, probably the nicest theater in all the Florida Keys. And we show some documentaries in there about Henry Flagler's railroad, about the 1935 hurricane, about Henry Perrine. And we just opened our Jerry Wilkinson Research Library, which is a great place for scholars or those interested in local history who can delve through old keynoters, reporters, books, all kinds of information that we've collected that really just tells so much information. So let's go investigate some of the exhibits we have here at the museum. 5 years ago, or almost 5 years ago, when we opened our doors, all we had to offer was black and white images, which is how we started. Since then, we have created a number of really amazing exhibits. The first exhibit, it talks about the first people and the Indians who first made a home here over 1,000 years ago. We have tons of artifacts. All of our artifacts are locally sourced. They're either found by locals that have been donated to us here, or I've had the privilege of going to Tallahassee on 2 occasions and gone through their warehouse. If you've ever seen Raiders of the Lost Ark, in that last scene where they're putting the Ark of the Covenant in that big, huge warehouse, up in Tallahassee, they have those warehouses where all the artifacts from around the state are compiled. And I've been able to go up there, twice and say, I want that cannon, I want that canoe, give me those pistols and these artifacts. It's really a fantastic opportunity. And their job is to donate these or loan these artifacts out so people can appreciate them and see them. And a lot of the artifacts that we have are from Tallahassee on loan to us, permanent loan or extended loan. And we built our exhibits around them. Our first, like I said, our first exhibit is the first people. One of our amazing artifacts is a dugout canoe. And the Indians who first lived here were considered shell Indians because they didn't have things like flint and granite to make their tools, so they had to use nothing but what they had around them, which are basically shells and tree branches and for arrows, perhaps shark's teeth or stingray barbs. But in order to make a dugout canoe, you can imagine how difficult it would be to carve a canoe out of a log using just a conch shell. So what they would do is they would catch fire to the canoe, they would tamp out the fire, and then take a shell tool called an adze, A-D-Z-E, and scrape that char out. And then they would light the fire again, tamp out the fire, and then take that shell and scoop it out and scoop it out and scoop it out. And what's so cool about the canoe fragment that we have on display is you can still see that charcoal residue along the canoe. Now, after we visit the first people, we go to the 1733 treasure fleet. Now, that fleet wrecked in a hurricane in 1733. Right here locally, from Key Largo to Duck Key, there are several shipwrecks that are still out in the water that people can still dive on. We have lots of artifacts from those ships. We have, and from there we move on to the wreckers and the pirates from this area, where we tell stories about Alligator Lighthouse and Black Caesar, who was perhaps the only pirate stories really don't happen down here. It's one of those misnomers that people think about the Florida Keys and pirates. Not a lot of verifiable pirate stories. Now after you visit downstairs and see all our wonderful exhibits, we can go upstairs and look at our rotating exhibits, which change every 3 or 4 months. We're here on the second floor of the Keys History and Discovery Center, where we feature our rotating exhibits. Every 3 or 4 months, we have a new exhibit coming up here. Right now, we are featuring Noah's Ark, a history of Noah, and a lot of information on the sanctuary. This exhibit will be here through February, and then we have a series of exhibits coming in here. We've had Clyde Butcher, we've had the Purple Isles Art Guild has their annual show in here. And it's really a great space that's we can really share a lot of great information and a lot of great Upper Keys and Florida Keys stories. Come on into our 35-seat movie theater and enjoy some fantastic documentaries. Thank you so much for stopping by the Keys History and Discovery Center. We're located on the grounds of the Islander Resort. We're open Wednesday through Sunday from 10 to 5. If you want to contact us, it's 305-922-2237. Online, keysdiscovery.com. If you'd like to donate, please contact us. Go to our website and click that donate button. If you're a teacher and you'd like to bring your school kids, please contact us. I'd love to give tours. Thank you very much. Have a good day.